What's up, everybody? It's your boy Baybar to Go Bar, back with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. I believe this is Dominaria Eve. I think that it's going to come out tomorrow, May 22nd, so crossing my fingers. Very excited for the new set. Just looking at the initial screenshots, to me it looks a little bit like a slightly step down in power creep. There's really no big gem converters that I've found so far in really any color. Certainly nothing like, Hour of Promise or Storm the Vault. The creatures are on average a little bit smaller than the ones in Rivals of Ixalan. So we'll see. There's some exciting cards, but it's hard to actually tell. Sometimes it's difficult to really tell the power of a set until you actually play with it. I would also point out that cycling is rotating out with Dominaria because New Perspectives is cycling out. There still will be some potential cycling options, and it'll be alive in Legacy, but I'm glad it's gone. Ding dong, the witch is gone. The wicked witch is dead. I hated cycling. I think it's terrible for the meta game. Greg can't win with the decks. Players practically can't lose with the decks, so there's a lot of perfect scores in every event, which I just don't think that's a good thing for the game. So they need to figure out a better way to balance it and make it, approachable by new players for some of the harder content. So anyway, I'm excited about that, and I got this really, really fun deck that I'm going to display. The name of this deck, of course, is PiraVamFolkAsaurs. So PiraVamFolkAsaurs is a deck that is basically synergizing some of the really cool tribal effects using what I should have named the deck Arcane Adaptation. When this support enters the battlefield, all creatures you control and all creatures in your hand gain the Merfolk, Vampire, Pirate, and Dinosaur subtype. When this support is destroyed, draw a card. Not really relevant. I guess could be, but not what's important about this card. So this is really cool. So a lot of these cards have synergies where it takes 2 or more Pirates or 2 or more or Vampire reinforcements or stuff like that. And this card allows them to synergize with each other. So really, really fun deck, really powerful deck. Pretty much has to be run in Karn, but you could run a subset of it in a different color combination. Probably Nicol Bolas would be a good option, but you wouldn't be able to get all the pieces in there. This is actually really good for stuff like Battle of 4 Tribes where you have to cast 3 or more Merfolk. Well, these are all going to be Merfolk. Or if you want to cast 3 Dinos or 4 Vampires or whatever the case is, they all count towards those objectives. The one caveat there is you actually have to have those creatures in your hand, then play Arcane Adaptation before you actually cast the creatures, because that's how it reads, or else you will not get the tribal bonus for the objective. But not really relevant because we're running this in Training Grounds today, even though I do wish we had a good PvE event I could show you this in, because having a higher life total opponent would be more fun. I guess I could do it in like one of the... See, I hate the Battle for Zendikar ones because they always turn all the gems into void gems, which is not fun. So here's the deck. All right, the creatures are Admiral Beckett Brass, which is a beast. He's got a really cool synergies. When this creature's on the battlefield, other pirates you control get +2/+2. Thank God I'm only using pirates. When this creature deals damage, if you control 2 or more pirates, gain control of the first creature your opponent controls. That's awesome. By the way, if you don't have room for it or don't want the creature, it just destroys it, which makes this card unbelievably strong. Wakening Sun's Avatar. When this creature enters the battlefield, destroy all non-dinosaur creatures. Thank God all of my creatures are dinosaurs. Kumena, Tyrant of Orzaca. If you control 2 Merfolk or more, draw a card with the activate 2, and this creature gains unblockable. Activate 2 green. If you control 2 Merfolk or more, draw a card, and all your Merfolk get +1/+1. Thank God all my creatures are Merfolks. Sanctum Seeker, probably the weakest. I couldn't figure out a good vampire to use, but whatever. Whenever this creature attacks, your opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of times your vampires have been reinforced. Good card, just not great for this deck, but I needed a vampire. Our spells are going to be Hour of Promise for some ramp. Converts 15, the best in the game right now. Oh, by the way, I made this deck standard legal, and by standard I mean rotating out AKH, so you're seeing some missing elements like Pull from Tomorrow or Chef at Monitor. But River's Rebuke is in here, of course. This is a one-side sweeper and our support control. Search for Azcanta is, in my opinion, one of the better draw spells now. Every turn, and only costs 7 mana, and every turn you get a both. You filter 2 cards, so scrying is better than just drawing an additional card. And this is better still because you get to throw stuff in your graveyard, which is relevant in a lot of decks. If there's 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you flip it, and then it becomes a 3-gem converter, which is actually pretty strong. All blue, which is instead of being like your colors, that's not good for Karn, but flipping him to blue is good, especially because it synergizes with Storm of the Vault. Spoiler, Storm of the Vault is in this deck and every deck I run. And then he also has this activate 3 blue, which happens a lot, and you fetch the first spell or non-land support from your library and gain 5 mana. So Search for Azcanta is one of the better spells, supports in the game. Maybe one of the better cards in the most recent sets. I really think it's strong. I've already shown Arcane Adaptation. Gilded Lotus, let's talk about this for a second. While this support is on the board, each of your mana bonuses are increased by 2. That's a very strong card. Recently it was announced that it's getting the nerf hammer. I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say they are not going to nerf it to that degree. And I do think it actually might need a slight nerf. They're basically originally showing it going from 7 to 9 mana, still with just 2 supports, and the mana bonuses are going to go from +2 to just +1. That takes it from being like really strong, maybe OP, to being virtually unplayable. So they're getting a lot of flack for it. I think they're going to back down on this, as they should, because a lot of people actually bought Karn because of how amazing this specific card was. Who might have waited on Karn, for whatever. I guess you get it if you buy Karn with crystals too, but I don't think it's broken at 9 mana and +2 bonuses. I think they over nerfed it to the point where it's actually useless, and it does feel a bit like a bait and switch. Storm the Vault, at the end of your turn, if you raided, find 2 treasures. Then if you control 5 or more non-land supports, transform this support. And then at the beginning of your turn, convert X gems to blue, where X is your supports ×2. So, awesome mana fixer. Not even mana fixer, I guess, just ramper. Alright, Wraith. Let's give this deck a go. It can be, I don't know, somewhat complicated to play sometimes. I hope I have a fun hand and not one that's just, the same cards over and over again. But we shall see. So, as always, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I love when you guys do that, and make comments. Let me know when I make stupid plays or miss things or whatever the case may be. This is a tough one for me. I don't know. Do I put Azcanta or Gilded Lotus out? I do want the draw, but Gilded Lotus is really strong in its current form and with Karn, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that out first. And the opponent's gonna go there. I don't really want to cast my Hour yet. I do want to get Azcanta out. That's a boring options. I don't really want to leave him that blue landfall. I don't really see any good plays. I'm probably missing something. Yeah, I think I'll go here. I probably should have taken that loyalty match on the 3rd to see if it dropped down into a black. Loyalty is really important early for Karn, if that's not obvious. Now I'll have enough to cast it anyway, and it's better to go ahead and get the Azcanta down, but this is one of the few walkers like him and Koth where you might focus loyalty early. Maybe I should have cast that River's Rebuke here, but I didn't. Alright, so now we're going to filter through which card we want. We'll take Kumena, who will give us +2 to our green and to our blue options, so that's pretty strong. Now that I have a second River's Rebuke, I think I'll go ahead and do that. I hope I don't die before the video is done. Let's do it like that. I'm not sure I'll get all the way there. Let's see here. Not a lot of options, really. Pretty boring mana so far. I just killed my Gilded Lotus, too. No! The humanity. Oh, that's actually a good play. Look at this. Look at you. L3, acting like you know what you're doing. Too bad for you. I got this sexy little thing coming your way. By talking about this sexy little thing coming your way. Alright, let's see what else we got. Oh, man. That's an interesting one. I do want the Arcane Adaptation, but I kind of need the Gilded Lotus back. I think I'll take the name of the deck card. If I can get... I don't really want to play it, though, actually. Let's see. do need to bounce his creatures at some point in the not too distant future. Finally have a decent match here. Alright, gonna continue getting beat down a little bit. I guess I don't actually want to do that because I don't want to dump cards to my graveyard, because I actually would prefer, let me go and chunk that. Now that he's got a full hand, I'm going to kill these creatures rather than bouncing them anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Let's take Beckett Brass. He actually gives +2 to black, red, and blue. And he is... Now I think I'll go ahead and put down... nah, not yet. Let's go ahead and prioritize this. Struggling. Yeah, let's do that. Can I please get a connection this time? Black or green? No, nothing. Screw you, man. Oh, there you go. Hey, I can have mana. All right. Now we're gonna play our Sanctum Seeker, our just currently a vampire. Boring, I know. Sorry. We'll have to ramp him into some other subtypes here in a second. Alright, so I already have a Storm the Vault in hand. Even though it's dual colored, I will take another River's Rebuke. That's a solid card with the white dino. Let's see what I can do with Tharn's Legacy. I'll take another Beckett Brass just because that mana fixing is exceptional. Oh, you know, it might have already been maxed. Stupid. Alright, let's see here. I'd like to get... This doesn't really help yet. The Arcane Adaptation I can drop after the fact, because I don't have anything that helps me right now with Arcane Adaptation. So I think the right play is to just try and get out Beckett Brass and then work towards Storm the Vault. But it might be going Storm the Vault first. Shoot. You know, that's a really tough one. I can't quite get to Storm the Vault. The blue is going to give me 7, 13. Yes, I can. I'll do that. Yeah, I think that's the right play here, because I think it... no, it's not quite going to flip. Oh, yeah, it is going to... No, that was the Azcanta that flips, so didn't quite get to flipped yet, but at least he did that and didn't attack. Yeah, so that was Azcanta doing 3 to blue, which is solid. Now we're going to go ahead and drop Arcane Adaptation, which gives everyone in my hand... I'll do that first. And then drop Beckett Brass down. I'm probably going to lose the Merfolk to his Graveblade Marauder, but don't really care about that. Let's chunk out one of those. Let's see what we can do with Tharn's Legacy this time. I guess I can work with more of the Sanctum Seekers, gaining a little bit of life. I guess that's better than some other options. I really don't have anything in green, do I? I guess white's the way to go. I guess actually I'd rather leave my treasures untouched right now, because oh, all my pirates get a buff. Isn't that handy? But uh-oh, now I'm gonna lose my Sanctum Seeker. Damn it. And not even trade favorably, but it's alright. I should be able to take care of him next turn. Got the white dino on board. I got Beckett Brass that can actually be a removal. I probably misplayed this terribly. Just let me know how stupid I am when the game's over, and I'll probably agree with you. But for now, I'm going to wail into him with some white dinos. And oh, good thing that's a dinosaur down there. Admiral Beckett Brass, the dinosaur. Admiral Beckett Brassosaurus. All right, 3%. I gotta hurry. All right, let's go. Let's see. I haven't used that yet, so I don't know. I'll take another Gilded Lotus, I suppose. Never a bad decision. And let's go ahead and knock this guy out before. You guys have pretty much seen the theme deck. I'd like to see him put a creature down so I can attack into it with the Admiral Beckett Brass, just because it's really fun to watch what it does. If you haven't seen this card in action. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, man, you jerk. I'm actually not going to play my River's Rebuke here just because I want to show you how it's done with Beckett Brass. Go ahead and play that. Yeah. Let's do it like that. I mean, I should just River's Rebuke here, but I'm not going to, just because I want to show you what this looks like. So, boom. Hits him. And then, do you want to, like, replace one of my creatures with the Priest of the Bloodright? Normally, he would just take it if I didn't have a full board. But since I refuse it, he actually just dies, which is, to me, just incredibly strong that, you know, you can do that. So, we'll do it again to that guy next turn. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and knock him out pretty soon here. I will go ahead and white Dino, because why not? You could always, if you play a Karn construct, you can then play Arcane Adaptation, and he can actually be a PiraVamFolkAsaurs or whatever the hell the name is as well. So that's pretty cool synergies. And getting a little bit of that life back from our Sanctum Seeker over there. But this should be it here, guys. And honestly, thanks again for watching. Let me know if you have any good deck ideas that I can test out, and we'll see you guys in Dominaria land. All right, thanks for watching. And oh man, I guess the fun just keeps going, guys. The fun just keeps going. The fun just keeps going. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Follow my channel, and yeah, talk to you soon. See ya.